Now, I think our last interview, we talked about how, when he fought Devin Haney and he beat him.
Yeah.
But then the drug test thing came out.
Yeah.
And ultimately, the win went away. Well, it was already somewhat of an exhibition fight because he was heavier.
Mm-hmm.
But the win was stricken off his record.
Right.
Right? And the loss was taken off of Devin Haney's record. Now, a while after that, Ryan goes on this whole racist rant. Did you hear about this?
I think the bits and pieces.
He said, I hate N-words. I'm anti-black. Bring George Floyd back to life and kill that N-word again.
Mm-hmm.
Shortly afterwards, he was expelled by the WBC.
Mm.
Now, but that's only one belt, right? The WBC is one belt, and there's 2 other major belts.
Yeah.
So that means he can still box in other divisions, with other belts, right?
Probably, yeah. I would think.
I mean, what's your take when you heard that?
I don't believe him.
Believe what?
I don't believe he believes that. I don't believe he meant that. I think he should get his ass whooped for it. That's okay. I wouldn't mind him getting his ass whooped for it. But I think it's like, hey, he's a provocateur. You know what I mean? He did it successfully. He fooled the shit out of me before that fight. Acting like he was crazy.
Yeah.
And whatever. But I'm like, okay, kudos. I believe that. I don't believe somebody can say that. He knows that, the inflammatory nature of it. I just don't believe him. Even if I ran into him, I'm like, I wouldn't believe that he meant that. That personally, I just think he's doing that for an effect.
Well, I remember I interviewed Tariq Nasheed once again right after that happened, and we talked about it. And what he said was actually kind of interesting. He said that, although he's Latino, a lot of people view Ryan Garcia as like the great white hope.
Okay.
Right? And he has this like big fan base that's like anti-black, that wants to see him whoop on the black guy. And he feels that he fit into that and uses these kind of racist statements.
That's what I would
to
think.
Kind of, feed that fan base, that racist fan base that he has.
Yeah, yeah.
Do you agree?
Yeah, I would think that he's doing that for an effect.
Yeah.
I don't believe he believes that. I don't believe what's his name either? Who's the guy, the MAGA hat wearing a UFC fighter? Everybody hates him.
Yeah, hold on. I know what you're talking about. Didn't Jorge Masvidal? Colby Covington.
Yeah, Colby Covington. I don't believe him either. I believe people do that on purpose for an effect. I mean, if they got their ass stomped out, I wouldn't feel sorry for them because they're taking that chance. But I don't believe they're racist. That's just personally. I think because there's enough that I see of them being within the culture and having friends and what I think that they're doing that for a certain effect.
Yeah, I remember I interviewed Devin Haney's dad, Bill Haney.
Mm-hmm.
Me and him still keep in contact. I remember when all this started happening, and Bill has known Ryan Garcia for years and years because his son and Ryan would fight together in tournaments constantly and always end up, in the finals and so forth. And he says, this is the whole thing of him saying, I have mental issues and I'm bipolar and I need help. He said that's all BS. He said this is all trolling, and sometimes trolling doesn't work out the way you intended.
Right.
And but he is completely in his right mind and he's doing this on purpose.
Yeah. Hey, well, we agree. I think a lot of people, that's been put on the menu as something that you can choose. And hey, Colby Covington, to be honest with you, wouldn't even have a career anymore if he didn't do that. I'm thoroughly convinced of it. Thoroughly convinced.
Yeah, well, I interviewed Jorge Masvidal not too long ago, and him and Colby Covington had an interesting history.
Right.
Well, he lost his last match, I think, to Colby, but then he caught him outside of a restaurant and I think knocked his teeth out or something like that, allegedly.
Yeah, sometimes if you get somebody, mentally in a frenzy is to their detriment. So I feel like I wish Jorge didn't let the emotion consume him.
Well, when I interviewed Jorge, he was gearing up for the Nate Diaz fight. And you were actually there?
Yeah, I was at it, and I took pictures with Jorge afterwards. I thought Jorge won that fight.
Yeah, no, you mentioned that he got robbed.
Yeah, I felt so. I felt that he would have had to. I mean, sometimes people are myopic. He's Diaz is the hometown boy, and I'm a huge Diaz fan. So I got no horse in this race, but I feel like Jorge outpointed him, had the most significant blows. And but it was a Diaz crowd, so I thought he won.